Well, hello everybody, and welcome to What's Cooking with Dr. Cook. We have a wonderful show for you tonight, and it is, I'm so excited, Coconut Curried Chicken. And we have the wonderful Chef Lisa on with us. Hello, Lisa.
Hello. Thanks for having me
Yay.
again.
Oh, it's always a pleasure. I
Mhm.
am so excited because it's always a gourmet feast with you. And
I
ah,
I love it because I get to spend time with you and
yay.
cook and eat. So,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Well,
Mhm.
this one is like especially exciting because I prepped a batch earlier. Of course, we'll walk through all the steps, but I prepped the batch earlier, and I learned so much. I was texting chef, so there's so many questions, and it's a good feeling to learn all these skills, and to make all this delicious food, and just I don't know, feel good about
Mhm.
eating just stuff that you would go out and buy, and just know that you can make it at home.
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah.
super cool. And curry, goodness.
Great. It's not as hard as it seems to be, is it?
And there's
Do
so
you think?
many different types.
Oh, so many. It's like a chili. It's like a chili powder or chili, I guess. It's a regional, Thai curry, Malaysian curry, Indian curry, which is what we're doing here. So
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
them all.
And so we're combining a yellow and a green.
Hmm.
Okay. But when you like go to the restaurant, you can get all different types.
It all depends on where you go. Like,
Okay.
yeah, at Bangkok, the Thai restaurant just down the road from here, they have like a red and a green. The green is really odd green. It's like a seafoam
Okay.
green.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the one that we're making tonight reminded me of one that I love to get, and it's called a massaman curry.
Okay.
I don't know if you've ever
I don't
heard of
know.
that before, but yeah,
Mm-mm.
when I was
I might
tasting it,
have, but
I was like, this reminds me of the massaman curry. The only difference is that it didn't have the chunks of potato. I'm like, but I could just add that. Mm,
oh yeah. You can add whatever you like. You can make it vegetarian.
yes.
You can make it shrimp. You can make it, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. And the cool thing is that you're going to show us how to properly cut a chicken tonight, which
Yes.
that was definitely the most challenging part for me during this entire cooking process. Because I worked in a deli for many, many, many years, and we did rotisserie chickens.
Hmm.
And chickens are so much easier to cut when they're actually cooked.
Oh yeah. They just kind of.
They do. They just kind of like come apart. But the raw cutting experience for me today was
I,
was challenging, and
I,
that's when I actually sent a message to my husband, and I'm like, I need a really good knife for Christmas.
mhm. Yeah. The good thing about once you learn how to do this skill, you can cut any bird. Like, say for some reason you get pheasant, you can cut that up. Duck, any. It's all laid out the same. So
Completely. And also the economic savings of
yeah.
cutting the bird. So once I was actually like got into the thick of it, because I'll be honest with you, I actually pulled up like a tutorial, a really easy
Oh, I
one
bet.
from Martha Stewart, who's, I mean, she's just goat to me. I love
Hmm.
her.
She knows what she's doing.
So oh yeah, 100%. So pulled up one of her tutorials and was walking through like the steps, because sometimes I just don't have the patience for some YouTube videos. I mean, if I'm in the zone, I'll do it. I'll watch it. But like she
Hmm.
just had like one that I could flip through step by
Hmm.
step, and it was really easy. But while I was doing it, I was like, this bird that I bought, I want to say it was maybe a little less than $8.
Hmm.
The amount of meat that I got off of it, and what you would
Hmm.
pay to buy the individual pieces,
Hmm.
I mean, it was I don't know, maybe like a third of the cost.
Yeah,
Maybe even like
maybe.
less than that.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's
yeah,
crazy. Depending on what cut you get at the store, like chicken breasts are more expensive. Chicken tenders are definitely more expensive.
yeah.
And, you could use the dark meat for this dish, save the breast for something else, you
Oh
know,
yeah, the white meat
easily.
I got
So,
off was crazy. I mean, the
yeah.
breast was huge on it, so I definitely got just
Yeah.
so much meat off of it. So definitely excited to see what you do because I'm sure you can teach me even better. But what we'll jump into right now, I think, is just kind of showing the actual curry ingredients, and I'll throw
Mhm.
that on because I want to make a definite like another batch of sauce for sure. And so we'll show everybody how to make the actual curry
Mhm.
sauce. And while that is cooking, we'll walk through the bird steps. How about that?
Mhm. Sounds good.
Perfect. Cool.
Sounds
Well,
good.
we'll get that going with everybody. So walk
Mhm.
over to the ingredients. Fantastic.
Actually, I have to get ginger.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. So here we have our curry ingredients.
Oh, look
And
at that.
ah ha ha ha.
Beautiful mise en place.
Yes, mise en place. Everything in its place. Um, so to start with, well, this is for later. So the mushrooms
Mhm.
and the julienne onions are actually what are going to be sauteed and go on top of the curry
Mhm.
dish once it's finished. And we'll get to that in a bit. And we'll actually start with the base of the, um, I guess, sauce right
Goodness.
now. Yes, yes, the base of the goodness. So that will be 4 carrots, which are chopped into half-inch chunks. And cool thing, you do not have to peel the carrots. And the next ingredient is going to be 2 Vidalia onions, which are cut into half-inch chunks as well. Then, optional, but I highly suggest it, is the jalapeno. So that is also cut up. You can leave the seeds per Chef Lisa if you like the heat, or if you're kind of wimpy like me, you'll take the majority of the seeds out.
Are those the
And
jalapenos you grew in your garden?
oh my gosh, no, we ate all of those. And honestly, the ones that we grew in the garden didn't have much heat. But I'll tell
Okay.
you, the ones that I got from the store, they have heat. So
All right. Did
I'm
they have
glad
a
that.
lot of
Oof,
lines on them?
no,
No.
surprisingly, I keep forgetting to look for that. The more lines, the more heat, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Like the more I, withered, not withered because they're not dehydrated. I can't think of the word, the phrase, but lines,
Yeah, the
streaks.
the the streaks, the aging streaks.
Yes.
Well, it's a good tip nonetheless. Um, and then we have the garlic cloves, another optional ingredient, but if you can tolerate garlic, go for it. So the minimum suggestion is 5, and I keep getting these fat garlic cloves that keep coming out. I mean, they're just
Oh,
huge.
nice.
So I like them. Then we have, of course, the curry powder, so a quarter cup, and 2 cans of coconut milk. I went with the light coconut milk. Um, and then 1 jar of green curry paste.
Mhm. Thai kitchen. I could not find that in 2 different places I went to,
Oh,
so I have a different kind. We'll see. Well,
hey,
yeah.
I found I link it in your recipe, which we'll publish next week, a
Ooh.
low FODMAP curry recipe.
Oh,
So
okay. Nice.
yeah, so if there are intolerances, because garlic is actually in the paste. Um, if that is something that is not well tolerated by anybody who is watching, there will be a link to a make your own curry paste, green curry paste.
Awesome.
And ginger, which I have
Excited.
the chopped ginger. I didn't have fresh on me, so that will work just
It
fine.
works.
And then honey
Mm-hmm. Curry always needs a
and
little bit of sweet.
I
Yes.
forgot it in my first batch, but I loved what happened, so I'm okay with that. I'll
Yeah.
add honey to this
You
one.
know, it's all about what you like. So,
Yeah, I'm learning as I cook with you, to be more flexible.
yes, cooking, yeah, that's
It doesn't always
must be
have to
fun.
go, yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like go out of the box, just throw some stuff in. I feel
Yeah,
like I'm really good with that with chili, so like,
just think,
what-
just think of everything as a chili,
yes,
except for
okay.
bread.
I'm gonna make a pillow about that.
There you
Speaking of pillows, I'm wearing my Craig Conover from Sewing Down South, this blue crab apron tonight. I don't know if anybody watching is a Southern Charm fan, but he has a store in Charleston where he does pillows and aprons,
go.
but
I love your aprons.
it's a reality show, if you will. But
Oh,
one of my favorites, and one of the episodes is on tonight. But anyways, it's one of my vices.
hey, gotta have them. Is that
Exactly.
national or is it just local?
Um, it's national. It's national. And yeah, it is a vice for sure. It's literally just people who live in Charleston who get together and have shenanigans. So
Have shenanigans.
shenanigans.
Oh goodness.
I know.
Are they
So
our
we're
age or are
gonna.
they younger?
Oh my gosh, no, the age range is crazy. So they have like, gosh, college aged all the way up to like people in their like late 50s, like
Okay.
partying together. It's really obscene. It's
Nice.
wonderful. It is
Nice.
so good. It is so so good.
Maybe I'll have to check it out tonight if I get
Don't get hooked. Oh wait, do.
it.
So we can talk about it. But one of the guys on it, Craig, he's a lawyer, but his business is sewing down south, and he really does have wonderful prints.
Okay.
So yeah,
Does
been
he
meaning to
actually
make
do
it
the
to this.
sewing or he just does
He
designs?
does. He
Does he?
does. He
Oh,
does the
how
sewing.
awesome.
Yes, and in one of the seasons, like one of his ex-girlfriends, like makes fun of him for going towards his passion of sewing, and it becomes like a big situation. But anyway, they're not together anymore. Now he's with Paige, and I love her. So,
All right. I
anyways,
wouldn't be with her either.
I know.
Don't crush
He's
my
done
dreams.
well. He's done well. He's
Because
on
he's
K
following his
Street. Jeez.
passion. That's
Yes,
awesome.
I know. So good. So we're going to put the carrots and the onions into a pot, and we're also going to put the jalapeno and the garlic.
Mm-hmm.
And I do not want to touch the jalapeno.
No, I've made
I've
that
seen.
mistake several times, cutting one up and then touching my eyes.
Yeah, yeah. Actually, Alex has dealt with that several times this summer with our jalapeno um, jalapeno harvest. So I just grabbed a snack bag
That's a
because I didn't.
great.
I know, right?
That works.
I'm gonna chop off the ends of my garlic here. And just chop it because it's so big, real quick, and throw it in.
Yeah, it's basically you want to get the vegetables about all the same size, minus the peppers are going to cook the fastest, and onions will as well, just so they all cook at the same time. That's
Perfect.
the rule of thumb when it comes to um, cooking vegetables like this.
Definitely, because we're going to be using our immersion blenders again,
Mm-hmm. One of my
which is
favorite kitchen
still,
tools.
honestly, it is one of the best. And I've used it so many times now on the show,
Mm-hmm.
and it's still one of the best purchases that I've made in the past. So if you don't have an immersion blender, I highly recommend that you check into it because it's just so much
It's
more
a
convenient than, putting stuff into a food processor and
mm,
having to worry about the transfer from the pot into the food processor.
mm. Yep,
So,
I agree. It's a blender, but without the bowl, without the big bulky.
yes, yes, yes. So, oh, and we throw the ginger in now too, right?
Yes.
All right. So this was one of the things where I had sent you a message and I said, how much ginger?
And I sent you a picture of it next to a wine key.
Yes, next to a wine key. I said, okay, so about 1.5 tablespoons. So yeah,
I was
about
like,
one
that
and a
looks
half
about right.
tablespoons. Yeah, yeah.
And if you want more, add more. I have
You
to add
love
that
the
to the
ginger
recipe. I
from
forgot. I do love ginger. It's so good for you, and it's
mm.
just it's really good. And then there's like sambal. Am I thinking of that right? Which is very similar. If you ever see that in a recipe
Oh,
for curry or anything, it's pretty much it's a ginger root. It's a root like
okay.
ginger. I haven't tried them back to back though, so I can't say what the taste difference is. And another thing that sometimes I'll add to curries is lemongrass.
Oh, I
Love
love
lemongrass.
lemongrass. Yes.
Now that's one thing that I do not puree with it. I just cook with it in it, and then I take it out. It
Okay.
doesn't it doesn't break down that well. It would be stringy, and you know. I'm using a package and a half of mushrooms because I love mushrooms, and
Oh, cool.
that's what I had.
Yeah, well, I think I bought the jumbo package of mushrooms because this this is a huge bowl.
But they
So
shrink
yeah,
down,
there's a
and
ton. They do.
I
They
mean,
do.
you need at least this many mushrooms per serving.
Yep. All right.
Oh.
So before the broth, do we put the paste in and the curry powder?
Yes, or
Okay.
it at the same time, back to
Okay.
back.
All right. So I'm going to put in the green curry paste. Smells divine.
hmm This was always
And
one of my favorites to make. Um, I would make curry lamb meatballs, which is a
mm,
green sauce too. I do use with it, and just all sorts of goodness. And coconut milk, coconut and curry, just they're best friends.
oh, for sure.
So throw those in there.
I just love the smell of curry. I had no idea how many different like spices are in curry or how many different herbs are in curry.
I didn't either until before that. I've known it for a while, but when I first started cooking with curry, I didn't realize. And there is also a curry plant that I've been
Really?
growing, and I just put it in there like this. Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
Oh,
It looks kind of
wow.
like rosemary, but just not as dense.
Well, that's
So
interesting. Huh.
yeah,
Okay, so there's a curry plant and then the curry powder must be different then.
yeah. I I haven't researched it to see what a curry plant actually is. If it's a cross, if it's a genetically modified something or another. I saw it at the at uh, greenhouse, and I was like, sure, try it
Yeah.
out. So, um, but we'll see. I didn't put a lot in it, just one. So this is the what I got. It it's this little kit that it looks like it's a pepper. I don't know what kind of, I didn't read it. And I've never tried this before. It's like, these might be, I don't know what they are. They don't have any smell to them. Lime? Well, oh, yum. These are lemon. Maybe lemon balm? I don't know. They're going in though.
Perfect.
And then another pepper.
So here's my vegetables covered with
Beautiful.
the curry seasoning. So I'm going to put this on the stove and let it boil.
Let it do its thing.
Yes, take you all over so you can see that magic. And then Lisa's going to show you how to cut a chicken.
Yes, I am. I'm excited about this. I have not broken down a chicken in quite a while, but it's like riding a bike. At my restaurant, I could do a chicken in less than 2 minutes. So I was pretty happy with that. I'm not going to do that right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because we would buy whole chickens because it's more economical, you know. You can, and that's what I use. I use the breast for one dish, and then the legs and thighs, I would just rotate different things with them. So, but all right.
Yeah, I'm excited because, like I said, I did not have the correct knives, and so I was sawing. I was sawing.
I did not even think about that when you told me that. That's one of the reasons why it's actually not in the recipe. So this
already cut is what's in the recipe.
Yes, that's what I wrote down. I was like, yeah. All right, and I could not find my boning knife, but this is a utility knife, which will work. I just sharpened it, and basically all you're using is the top. So, all right, we got the bird. Well, got the breast, got the legs, got the thighs, the wings, and then that's the tailbone. So, I always start with the breast, okay? And the skin can be a little tough. So that's the hard part. So right here we got this bone. It's called the heel. Did she say it when you watched the?
Well,
I think it's the heel.
They just said, actually, so the one the instructional video that, oh, okay. So
it's been so long but yeah.
I say mine has the skin on. It just had to cut away from the spine, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, so it did this way? Anyway.
Yeah.
It's called the keel bone or the keen bone. I can't remember, honestly. It's been a while. So you take your knife and you want to get your knife right up against that bone right there. And then you just go, and then it kind of, you want to curve it down like that. You want to follow the bone. The one thing about chicken, and as with any actually meat, is that it's pretty much set up for it to be broken down. You just got to follow it. And if it gives you any resistance, which I bet you had a little problem with the wishbone that I didn't take out, and like at the bones, I bet that was probably the hardest part. You want to find.
No, this is way easier already than, no offense to Martha, her instructional.
Maybe never mind. I'm not going to say it.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Okay.
Yep. But not judging. I mean, that's not at all.
Of course not.
I'm breaking this down to how I did it and how you can utilize all the parts just to show. So we got one breast right here, and then we got the tender, which is actually called a supreme, but we'll just call it tender. So basically, you can cut that off. You can use that for
Huh.
something. And you got the breast right here. You can use that for something else. I'm just going to throw it all in there. Once I start cutting chicken, this is what I'm doing. I'm not going to touch anything else. I'm not going to do anything
Right.
else because this is one of those things that you don't want to.
Salmonella.
Yep. So it's always easier on one side because I'm right-handed, so that was easier. But so again, you want to. I don't know if you can see.
Yes, I
Yeah.
can.
So
Okay.
you want to like go down. You want to like hug the bone, and then once you get to the wing, just kind of find the knuckle, and that's it. Take out the tender. Got the breast. Whoop, boom. And then I always go for the wings. So this, if you get any resistance, if it's hard to do, you're not in the right spot.
Okay.
So you just want to find the knuckle, wherever
Oh
that
my
knuckle
goodness.
is. And there we go.
So much
And then
easier.
same over there, right there. And I know I'm making this look easy. I have broken down thousands of birds. So don't feel bad if you don't get it like this on the first try. So the wing, which this is how I would serve them, all full. But say you're having people over and you want to do little snackies or like that. Got little
Okay.
wingdings. And this, the carcass, I would put it in the sauce if I was doing like if I was taking longer just to get that chicken flavor. All right, so the thighs. This is kind of the Achilles heel. This is the hardest part, I think. The best part of the chicken right here, it's called the oyster. Like this little thing right there.
Huh.
It doesn't get any movement, and so it's super tender, and it's dark meat. It's super flavorful. So the goal is to always get that. So this is when sometimes the excess skin, and this knife is dull, but a sharp knife. So you want to take your knife and kind of lie it flat, and you want to curve it around that circle because you can kind of see it, the oyster. And then, if I did this right, but no, I think I got part of the rib cage. Nope. Bam, just like that. So if you get it right on the knuckle, right on the joint, comes right off. So
Wow.
then you got your oyster, which is right there. That's part of the chicken. So what normally chefs would do is cut that piece off and then saute it for themselves, is what they would do.
Oh, really?
And then, yeah.
Huh.
So, so now you got this. If you want to break this down, say you want to just have chicken thighs. This is, you want to find that knuckle again. Oh my gosh, I'm just lucking out. This doesn't happen all the time, finding it on the first try, but see, it's just like directly right through. Bam. That's it. And then this is the hard side because I'm not left-handed. And with the excess skin,
Right.
just pull it away. Oh, I'm not dropping anything, Greta. And then just kind of do that again. And then, there we go. That's it. And then this, I would throw it in the stock. You could save it, freeze it for chicken noodle soup, whatever.
Wow.
There's still meat on it. Not a lot, but this is the flavor. The bones and the collagen and the skin. This is the flavor that you get
Okay.
for stocks and stuff.
Huh.
But I'm not going to do that. I'm actually going to go take this away and sanitize everything. So I'll be right back. Do you have any questions?
No, I'm going to send you the link to what I I followed earlier.
I would love to see it.
Because it was nothing like that.
I'm like so curious now. I've only seen a couple
Oh
things
my
that she's
goodness.
done. I don't.
I
I'll
bet
have to check it
it
out.
must have been somebody writing for her because surely she would have done differently.
Yeah,
'Cause there
yeah,
were
because she
like
does know how to break down a
honestly,
chicken. Yeah.
yes, a hundred
Oh,
percent.
yeah. This
Um,
was.
mm,
I mean, this was culinary. The first culinary class we broke down chickens every day and made stock, and we had to do. Our final was making chicken cordon bleu out of the breast, but we did the airline breast. That's a whole nother thing.
oh my
That's even like
goodness.
part of the wing on the chicken breast. And it's called the airline. Okay, so you remember back 50s and stuff, how like any sort of bone would have like a little chef hat on it.
Oh
You
yeah,
recall seeing pictures, old pictures of that. So that's
yeah,
what an airline chicken breast is. It would have the bone sticking out, and then that little,
gotcha.
because can't see that. That's indecent. I'll be back.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I'll describe the chicken breakdown situation. So I know that the first step was the legs and the thighs.
And that
So
that might
yeah.
be actually the first step. I don't know, but it works just fine. How, however, but go on. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, I know you had to pull the thighs out of the sockets and then cut them off, which with my dull knife was
Probably
not
should have just
great.
ripped it off.
Yeah, and I was thinking, okay, well, I gotta leave the skin on. I don't know. Um,
Oh, yeah.
you know,
I would
yeah,
have, but I was trying to show it.
yeah, no, which I'm
So,
glad you
yeah.
did. And I think the second was the wings, and
All
so
right.
I did
And
those, and the wings were fine, but the breast part was not that at all. So it actually had you like lift it up from like the inside and carve from the inside,
okay.
like
That's
lift
why I
the
start
neck
with the
up.
breast first. Because if you
Yeah.
do the legs first, it's wobbly. It doesn't have anything to keep it sturdy.
Yeah,
That's why I do
definitely.
the breast
Well,
first.
well, plus,
Yeah.
like, I'm like, an entire knife will not carve the entire breast. Like, and it said to keep the knife, like, in front of, like, whatever that bone is. So, like, it didn't
Oh,
really make sense because I'm like, well,
I'm gonna have to watch.
it was like, it was pictures. It wasn't an actual video. So
Oh,
it
what
literally
the?
just has a hand, like, lifting the breast up. So I'm like, huh,
Was it
maybe I
her hand?
misread. I don't know.
Excuse me. Was it her hand?
I don't think so. I think it was a man hand.
Was it even a?
Yeah,
Was it a
I'm
Martha
pretty.
Stewart approved?
It said
I'm,
it was Martha
I'm just,
Stewart living, but
I'm just,
yeah, I'm gonna, yeah,
YouTube.
maybe I should send a tweet and be like, can you review this tutorial? Because I do have
Oh,
I have chunks.
oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Oh,
It's,
I forgot to add the
especially when
honey.
you've never done it, it's intimidating.
Yeah,
It really is, It's but once you get the hang of it, you'll never buy pieces of chicken again unless
yeah,
it's so much more economical. And beer can, I love putting beer can chicken on the grill. That's one of my favorite things in the summer. So,
oh, you're gonna have to explain that. But first, I have a question. How much honey
yes.
do I put in?
Oh, quarter cup. Just
Oh,
to cut. Sometimes curry can have that, I don't want to say bitter, but kind of bitter, acidic taste. So it just kind of cuts that. And then with the coconut milk, it rounds it all out.
okay, perfect.
It kind of, it melds it all together.
Gotcha.
Coconut and the curry, but you don't have to use honey. You can use brown sugar, you can use agave, you can use maple syrup, you can use sativa. I mean, or what is that sweetener? I don't know.
Stevia.
There we go.
Um, Tell me about this beer can chicken.
Oh, okay. So you've never made a beer can chicken?
No.
All right. So the whole chicken, you get a beer, whatever beer you want, can preferably. You season the chicken, and then that big hole.
Yes,
You stick the beer up there,
like
and then
in
you
the
put it on the
can.
grill or in the oven. Yeah, the beer, and what it does it keeps it moist because of the alcohol and the moisture. It goes in through the chicken, the underbelly, and
Do
it
you
gives it a really
open the
nice
can of
flavor.
beer?
Yes, open the beer and
Oh,
maybe pour a
okay.
little bit of it out. They actually have um, things that are made for it that you put the beer in. It's like a metal
Huh.
beer can chicken holder. Then you put
Hmm.
the chicken right on top. The only downfall with this is that the chicken does cook unevenly, so you have to like rotate it and do some finagling. But it's so good.
This
You
is
get a nice crispy
fascinating.
skin. So and it's easy.
I had no
Then you can
idea.
make learn something new every day.
Hmm.
You'll have to do that. It's so easy. Yeah, and I bet you could even do like a kombucha or Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is a good tenderizer too. Not that I'm promoting that um, at all, but the acid in it
It
and
is. Yeah,
it, it's
definitely.
it's used. Seen a lot of cooks use it for ribs and in their barbecue sauces. I personally don't, but it's well, it's an option.
Well, I've seen cake made with Mountain Dew before too.
Are you serious? I've never
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
that.
They they make Mountain Dew cake.
I don't even know if I
Yeah.
remember what Mountain Dew tastes like.
Well, they don't have, I mean, they have Mountain Dew down here, but it's called something. I mean, they have a preferred type of soda down here. It's called Sundrop. So
Oh, I do know Sundrop. Isn't that
you
orange?
do? Oh, no, no, no. That's
Oh.
Sunkissed.
No, then I don't know Sundrop.
It's yeah, it's yellow.
Yellow number 5.
Yep, it is.
Mambo number 5.
All right. I think I'm gonna
Oh,
start sauteing my mushrooms and onions just
all
because I know
right.
that my special surprise is coming out of the oven here in a minute.
Yes. Yes, you have one of those. Yes, you did the pre-work
I
to
did.
show it. Um, have you watched any of why am I forgetting? All I think of is Martha Stewart now. It'll come to me. The first woman on a PBS, not public television, to have a cooking show in her 50s. Julia,
Oh no, yeah.
Julia
Okay.
Childs. There's a couple documentaries out. I think there's a new series on one of the streaming stations. She was amazing. I I
Really?
never watched her. She was kind of after my time. I think she died in early 90s at 91. Um,
Oh, good for
but
her.
she was really just herself. And, when she made a mistake, she just kept going. She's like, well, turn it into scrambled eggs or it's okay. Just kind of, push it together. And it just reminded me about, we were talking about kitchen mistakes, that and I don't know what else, but you should check it out. She was a really amazing, amazing woman.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hear her cookbooks are just phenomenal.
Yeah. I do have one of them. It's French cooking. What is it?
Oh, yes, yes. That's what I hear is her French cooking is
uh,
just the bomb.
it, she was a breakthrough for women in the culinary industry, like because there was not women chefs. There was not, especially on TV or anything. And she paved the way for this right here.
Yeah, that's awesome. I will definitely
So,
check that out.
yeah.
It is
Oh,
inspiring and also like just, going back and oh, just the stuff that like grandma used to make.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
it's
And
the best.
she learned the same style that I did, and a lot of people that go to culinary school do. We learn the French classical cooking.
Mm.
That's how we learned to cook. I mean, French. They were the first to really write it down and on paper. That they were the first to like, okay, this is how you do it. This is like with stocks and with
Mm.
the 5 mother sauces, and
Oh,
um, so it's quite amazing. Just the
did she,
food is.
did she do the joy of cooking?
Was that a movie?
I think it's also a book, though.
Is it?
Huh.
I know there was a movie that came out with an actress that was trying to make every recipe
Every
in one of her
recipe, and I
books.
saw and I saw that movie, and it was really good, and I
It
love
was
that
really good.
actress, and I can't think of who
I
it is
can't
right
either.
now. And if Alex wasn't playing Dungeons and Dragons right now at the meadery, he would totally chime in and tell me whether or not the joy of cooking is in
That is
fact Julia
so
Child.
awesome. He's playing
But
Dungeons and Dragons. I
yes, he's
never
starting
played
a
that, but I wish I would have. I bet I would have loved it.
yes, he starts a new campaign tonight. Well, I think, I think our friend group played more of the Vampires the Masquerade card game, so
Yeah,
down there at the coffee
super.
shop. So
Yeah, exactly. We were the 90s grunge kids
yep. We were.
trying to be cool. I don't know.
We were so cool.
Oh, yes, we were. Fourth Coast is not open 24 hours anymore.
That is so
It closes
strange
like
to
at
me.
6.
Mm.
And, well, you can't smoke cigarettes in there, obviously. But
Yeah, you can't do that anywhere.
no, which I'm fine with. Perfectly
Me
fine.
too. Me
Hi,
too.
Greta. Are you gonna help me? Why don't you get down, sweetie? Get down. I know.
I think mine is ready to immerse.
Yes, I'm gonna do that as well. And then I gotta grab I forgot one thing, and that was a saute pan from upstairs.
Well, I'm going to test the vegetables first to make sure they're soft, and then we are going
Yes.
to immerse.
All right, and I will be right back. You are coming with
Okay.
me, little girl. Come on.
Well, the carrot's still a bit hard.
Still a little crunchy.
Yeah.
They're going to cook more in the oven as well. But it's up to you. You can wait until they're completely mushy and to blend it, or you can just put it in and then blend it later. Have a country style sauce.
That is true. Okay. I'll give it just a second. Then I'll immerse it.
There we go.
Flip the onions and peppers a few times. Which always smells good. Makes me think of like fall festivals.
Yes. I love fall.
It's right around the corner.
It's here.
It's still a little bit warm here.
It is. It was actually really hot today up here.
I know. I don't know if it's if pool season's completely over or not.
How cold does it get there? 60s?
Um, like completely.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll snow every once in a while. Maybe once or twice.
Like snow or just kind of flurry?
Sorry. But they'll close the school for like a week. If you hear about it, the milk and the bread are gone. They'll close the schools.
Yeah, us. It would have to be like 5 feet.
Oh, I remember.
I think it was our senior year that they actually closed for like 3 or 4 days.
It was always on my birthday because I remember like I was like, my locker never got decorated because I always had a snow day.
Oh, they did that? They decorated? Oh, you were on sports.
Yes, I was in the sports.
Yes.
I was the manager of the men's swim team too, so I made every single member of the swim team an individual sign, locker sign for meet days. And it was so sweet because I actually heard from one of the swim team members, one of the divers actually, that he had kept his signs.
Oh.
Yes.
I didn't realize you did
I was
that.
like, oh my gosh. Yeah, stickers and everything. I was the coolest manager ever.
I bet.
All right. Let's blend this up.
So good. all I had was baby carrots in my refrigerator. So, that's what is in here. Sometimes
So
I buy them.
normally you take it off the heat. I'm not taking mine
Oh,
off the heat, so pray for me.
oh, you're fine. I just have this, just a little one burner down in
That's right, you
the
do.
dungeon. So,
So we are immersing, immersing
yes,
the
it's
curry.
so much fun to do.
It is.
I'm actually going to leave mine a little chunky and then finish it when the chicken's done and then season it more then.
It just gets everything all nice and blended up.
Mm-hmm. Sure does. I think. Coconut milk. Oh, this packet, this little kit that I got, came with coconut milk too.
Really?
So yeah. Once I find something that I really like to use, like the curry paste that you have, I don't really stray. I don't look at anything else. I go and get the thing that I want, and but it was two stores didn't have it, and this is I think the second time. I wonder that I could not find it. So,
Wow.
and it's really just to give it more of a just more flavor, just different.
Must be curry season.
It both
Like
fall.
where'd it all
Where
go?
don't I go? Oh, yes. Carrots still.
Oh, this smells so good. All right. Keep
Don't need to do those yet. Oh, that's what I was gonna say when I was talking about Julia Childs. Is that
It's what?
they were showing how they would do the food, and they would have like half cooked of all the stages,
Oh.
and like it was the 60s or 50s, and they would have people like down under her, like it was it's quite how they used to do things back before.
You forget about that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So it's quite.
The
But
production
I do not
difficulties.
have anybody. I do not have a special chicken done or anything, so you will not see my completed, but you'll see yours.
Definitely. Well, I think the sauce looks fantastic. I've got to add the coconut milk to it now.
It looks so good. It's nice
It
shine to
does.
it, and
Oof. Yeah.
yeah.
Coconut milk. It'll have some chunks of carrot, which is fine. I actually love that.
I do too. On St. Patrick's Day, I think my favorite part now is the carrots and cabbage
Mm-hmm.
and potatoes. Mainly the carrots and cabbage, though.
Oh, yeah. It'll
Oh,
be
look
fun
at
to do
that.
a
That
St.
looks so
Patrick's Day
beautiful.
special. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Actually, like only a few carrots didn't blend, so yeah, this is really good looking.
And now you've made it twice,
Okay.
so you're
I know I have so
now the
much
next time you
sauce.
make it, you're gonna be like, what else can I put in this? Oh, I have that in the refrigerator. I can throw that in there. Why not? And you can make it vegetarian. You do not have to use chicken stock at all. You don't have to use coconut milk. You could, you can make it a broth. You don't have to thicken it. Make it more of a like a, I don't know. I lost it.
Yeah. I mean,
Those
all
mushrooms and
different types
onions
of
look
vegetables too. Oh
yeah.
yeah, these
Mm-hmm.
these are ready to go. So
You could do an eggplant curry. That would be good with the panko eggplant that we did. for the
Oh,
first episode.
definitely.
That would be really good. I've never done that. Well, and
Oh,
instead of rice, you could do couscous, pasta, potatoes, no starch, extra vegetables,
are
bread.
you all ready for the
Bread.
unveiling?
I am. I wish I was there because I'm hungry.
Okay, so I made this in preparation for our show. I'm so excited.
Magic of television.
Whoa!
Voila! Oh, look at that.
Oh, yes. My house has smelled perfection all day. That looks so good. Yes, yes, yes. Look at the
All
beauty
we
of the
need is
splendor.
teleportation, and I'd just beam
Yeah,
me up, Scotty, and I'd be right
I
there.
know. Well, I'm going to taste this for sure after it. Okay, so you suggested to season the mushrooms and peppers with some salt and pepper.
Yes, mushrooms, and I think
Yeah.
mushrooms need salt. And now from here, if you wanted to crisp up the skin, you could get a hot pan with oil and just sear it. And then you'd get
Okay.
that nice crispy skin with the sauce baked right out, with the sauce on it, like seared on it. It'd be really good.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't even think about that until just now.
Do you suggest a plate or a bowl? Bowl.
Bowl.
All right. Oh my goodness. All right. Have my rice.
Yes, and the rice, it soaks it up. And another, I don't know if you've ever cooked rice with coconut milk, but it turns
Oh,
out
it's
really
my
good.
favorite. My youngest does not like it, so I have to make
Oh.
like my
Make her eat
own.
it? I
But
know.
like they honestly like they will not. But I ask for it special. Okay. Now, whatever type of chicken shall
Did
I
you
choose?
did you happen to did you already check it to see if it was done? I'm just curious.
Oh yeah, what a great idea.
Check
I'm
the
just
dark meat
assuming
by the
since
bone.
I put it, yeah, since I put it in for an hour, but that's actually exactly what I should do.
I'm sure it's done. Just and if it measures like 162, it measures.
Oh yeah, it's a
Oh
205.
yeah. Oh yeah.
It is done.
Yes.
Probably going to be hot to
Yeah.
eat, but
I
thank you
actually
for
like to cook
reminding
the
me.
dark meat. Oh, of course. A little bit past 165. Because of all the fat and the, what are they called? The tendons and stuff. It just needs some more time to cook down than
I'm going to get some of this sauce.
160. Oh, that looks so good, Allie.
Yay! I'll get a ladle here. Get me some of the sauce over here.
Yes. And then if you had like cilantro or parsley or mint, I've
Such a good
had
idea.
people do mint with curry, or scallions.
Oh,
Or
wow.
if you have fresh herbs, throw them on. Everybody loves fresh herbs. Are just meant to go on right at the end. Bean
Perfect
herbs is
idea.
what one of the Chef Angus used to call them. Bean herbs.
I love Chef Angus.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's this.
That looks so
The curry.
good. Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'll take everybody back so I can taste it. And you're going to have a lot. You're going to have a lot to eat too.
I'm going to bring it into, I'll bring it into work tomorrow. That's what I did with the butternut squash soup.
Oh, so we actually had the leftover butternut squash soup for um over mushroom ravioli, and it was
Yum.
unreal. So good. All right, here goes. Just want to get a little bit of everything in.
Yes. If it's all in, that's the goal. That's what you should do. That's why it's all paired together. 'Cause it all.
Mm-hmm.
It's hot, I bet.
Delicious. It's delicious. Yeah. Wow. And the mushrooms and onions go perfectly over it, but it's so good. Oh, the chicken's delicious. Wow.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice and tender, and
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely. It's not overcooked. It's very moist. It's perfect.
nice,
Oh
good,
my gosh. I cannot wait to go to town on this.
good. And if you got tomorrow, if you don't feel like having it as a meal, you can turn it into a wrap. Throw the rice and the chicken and the mushrooms all in a wrap. Have some Greek
Oh, that's
yogurt. Throw that on there
oh.
with some
Oh yeah.
cucumbers. Make a tzatziki.
Well, I know, Alex was talking about how he was smelling it before he had to leave, so he's excited to come home and eat it. And
How
yeah.
I was just. You're gonna have to tell him I miss having his face right now to try the
I know.
food.
Oh, Dungeons and Dragons.
Shucks.
I know. I know. Well, thank you, everybody. And thank you, Chef, of course.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure. And you can all find this recipe. It's going to be published next week. Foodguides.com. Check us out at our socials at Food Guides Help. Chef Lisa has so many amazing recipes. They're delicious. Uh, I can't speak highly enough about them. Give them a try. You can go to foodguides.com and click on the experts tab and check out Lisa Green for so many great culinary just adventures.
Culinary adventures. There are
Culinary
quite a few
adventures.
now. I was looking at it the
Yeah.
other day. I was like, wow, time
Mhm.
flies.
I know the roasted beet salad has me thinking about it for sure.
Yeah, I love
Definitely.
that salad.
And we're going to see you again here soon, too, for the sweet
Yes.
potato hash and poached egg.
Eggs.
Yes.
Poaching eggs.
Right.
I'm excited.
Yes, me too. Definitely not fluent at, so.
Oh, they're nothing to be afraid of.
Mm. Awesome. Well,
All right.
thank you, everybody, and have a great night.
Well, thank you. Bye.
Bye.